And for more on the Chinese music industry, I'm joined by Julian Waghann, anchor for CGTN's Culture Express. Julian, thanks so much for joining us. So, describe China's music scene for us. What is trending there right now, and how does it compare to music in other parts of the world?
Well, hi, Elaine. Speaking of what's trending today, we have to start off with the old-time Chinese pop diva Fei Wan, who just came out with a new album. It's basically soundtracks to a film that was released last year called "I Belong to You," and this is gaining traction with her existing fan base and also a lot of new listeners. And also, Jolene Tsai's new single, Egoholic, is also very popular right now, and a lot of people have dubbed it to be a breakthrough for the pop singer. And also making a lot of noises is Chinese singer Xue Zhiqian. He has come out with two albums, and both of them are soundtracks to to two films that came out last year. One of them is, of course, the famous director Feng Xiaogang's new film, I Am Not Madame Bovary, starring the famous Chinese it girl Fan Bingbing. And another film is a internet film. Both of these albums are very popular, and I think that derives from his ubiquitous presence in both variety shows and also reality TV shows last year. And I think he's somebody just who's really enjoying the heat of the spotlight, having been catapulted to stardom in 2015 after the release of his album Gentleman, Elaine.
Well, I want to get your take on these streaming services that we saw in our story before we came to you. How popular are they? Is that what young people are turning to? One, to hopefully become the next big star, and two, to enjoy other people's music. Is that a way for people to get discovered? How popular is that?
Well, it's obviously very popular. It's a very easy way for people to get connected with one another, as you can see with social media. And this is also another way for you to get known and to let your friends know and let people know who you are, what you stand for, and what your likes are like. And so, of course, this is a very easy way for people to get famous. And as we know, millennials today have a lot of options and choices compared to their parents' or great-grandparents' generation. And so, for example, today social media has made it possible for what they dubbed a lot of the silly divine songs like Little Apple very viral on the internet. And also, we're seeing the adaptations, a lot of Korean pop music being very popular here as a result as well. And also local adaptations of Korean K-pop boy bands, such as TF Boys, which we see will have regularly on the annual CCTV Spring Festival Gala, which is, of course, not only one of the biggest galas in the world, but also showcases grassroots newcomers as well as some of the hottest acts of the year.
You mentioned K-pop. How difficult is it for other foreigners to try to break into the Chinese music scene, the Chinese music industry? We know that a lot of famous foreign acts love to come to China to perform, to get in front of a lot of people. But is it difficult to reach the masses there?
I think it's a lot easier today. The difficulty, of course, being the language barrier, but I think there is also the cultural barrier too. For example, rock music is still very much on the fringe right now. Just a few years ago, actually in the year 2000, you see a lot of these outdoor festivals, music festivals coming on the scene. And so that made it possible for rock music to be heard outside of these underground venues. And really, it legitimized rock music and made it possible for rock music to be a lifestyle for many people here in China. For other sort of music, it's still happening slowly as people are getting more acquainted with different genres of music, of Western music as well. But in terms of accessibility for foreigners, the industry itself is actually very accessible, and also the venues are very accessible for foreigners too. For example, some of the newest venues here in Beijing, a very luxurious jazz club, is actually co-operated by foreign nationals here in China. And so you'll find a lot of different types of music here in Beijing in the first and second tier cities.
All right, Julian Waghann with the pulse of everything you need to know about music in China. Thank you so much for joining us.